Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Shogan, when you were here last year, a number of senators asked you, including me, a series of questions about articles you'd written, public statements you had made on social media that were, I have to say, pretty grossly partisan, and I thought offensive, and you and I went back and forth about it. After that, a number of us asked you questions for the record relating to these statements. I want to follow up on one of them. I, in particular, asked you to give us a full accounting of the public posts that you had made on Twitter. You had locked your Twitter account before you came before this committee. It had previously been public. I asked you to provide the public posts that had previously been available on Twitter because the ones that we have were pretty disturbing. You responded as follows, and I quote, "My personal Twitter account is comprised of posts about my mystery novels, events at the White House Historical Association, Pittsburgh sports teams, travels, and my dog," end quote. Is this an accurate statement?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a heated Senate exchange making waves online. Senator Josh Hawley didn't hold back while questioning Dr. Shogan, a nominee for archivist. Accusations of dishonesty and political bias. This one has it all. If you love concise news breakdowns, hit subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. First, some context. Senator Hawley addressed concerns from Dr. Shogan's previous hearing. She claimed her Twitter posts were personal, mystery novels, Pittsburgh sports, her dog, and so on. But Hawley wasn't convinced. He noted Dr. Shogan locked her Twitter account before the hearing, raising suspicions about what she was hiding. Now here's where it gets messy. Senator Hawley cited Dr. Shogan's tweets that didn't match her description of personal content. On February 18, 2022, she criticized lifting mask mandates for children under 5. Hawley asked if this tweet was about her dog or sports. She kept repeating, "My social media is in my personal capacity." Frustrating, right? Hawley didn't stop there. He highlighted more tweets, including one supporting an assault weapons ban and another criticizing Senator Ted Cruz. None of these fit the mystery novels and dog pics narrative. Hawley accused Dr. Shogan of misleading the committee and lying under oath. But it doesn't end there. Hawley cited a December 2021 tweet where Dr. Shogan advised filing a complaint about religious flags. He claimed this advice contradicted Supreme Court precedent. Hawley also referenced her article on the religious right and anti-intellectualism. He argued her biases might influence her decisions as archivist. By the end of the exchange, Hawley was crystal clear. He believed Dr. Shogan was stonewalling the committee, refusing to answer basic questions. He declared he would oppose her nomination and called on the committee to hold her accountable. What do you think?
Yes, Senator.
I just remind you, you're under oath. Is this an accurate statement?
Yes, Senator.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your Twitter posts then that I was asking you about. On February 18th, 2022, you posted on Twitter bemoaning the dropping of mask requirements for children, including those under the age of 5. Do you remember that post?
No, Senator. Those tweets were in my personal capacity.
No. I asked you, would you give all public posts that you had made on Twitter? You said no, effectively, and you said that your Twitter posts consisted of mystery novels, events at the White House Historical Association, Pittsburgh sports teams, travels, and my dog. And you just told me now under oath that you stood by that. So now let's talk about your Twitter posts. On February 18th, 2022, you posted bemoaning the fact that mask requirements for children under the age of 5, one of whom I happen to have, by the way, had been dropped. Is that a post about your dog or sports teams?
My social media is in my personal capacity,
Answer
Senator.
my question, please, because you've testified under oath that you only posted about your dog and sports teams and novels, and you also said you wouldn't give this committee any of your public posts. So, is your post on February 18th, 2022, bemoaning the lifting of mask requirements for children under the age of 5, who I might just ask all of the data has said is extremely harmful to children, these mask requirements? We'll leave that aside for now. Is that a post about your dog or sports teams? Yes or no?
My social media is in my personal capacity, Senator.
Yes or no, Ms. Shogan? You are under oath before this committee, and I have to say, you have placed this issue squarely in record by repeatedly refusing to answer. Yes or no?
My social media is in my personal capacity, Senator.
So you're not answering my question. Let's talk about another post. 26th of May, 2022. You talk about an assault weapons ban, retweet a post, ban assault weapons now. Say you agree with this idea that you have to be a certain age to buy so-called assault weapons in America. Is that a post about sports teams or your dog or mystery novels?
My social media is in my personal capacity, Senator.
What about the post on January 5th of 2021 in which you say that Ted Cruz ought to stay in his own lane and not worry about what's going on in Pittsburgh? This is a reference, I think, to questions he had about the certification of the last election. Is that a post about your dog or sports teams or mystery novels?
My social media is in my personal capacity, Senator.
What about the post, you remember December 10th, 2020, where you said that you were hoping that President Trump would have his vetoes overridden, and you agreed with the post that he was a weak policy president? Is that a post about your dog or sports teams or mystery novels?
My social media is in my personal capacity.
What about your post on January 5th, 2021, in which you speculated that President Trump would pardon himself next, participating in a conversation about the certification of the Electoral College? Is that a post about sports teams or mystery novels or your work at the White House Historical Association?
My social media is in my personal capacity, Senator.
What do you think? Let's talk in the comments. That's the story in 10 bullet points. Politics, controversy, and a fiery Senate hearing. Do you think Senator Hawley made a strong case, or is this just another political showdown? Let me know below, and before you go, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.